Welcome back to the channel. I've got guest pickers for my Week 5 college football picks and predictions. We got Farter, Weatherly, and Henry. These are coming out kind of early because these were my best chance to get my celebrity guest pickers.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be going, you know the drill. Starting with Friday, 7 o'clock, FS1, Oregon State, Utah, top 20 showdowns. Oregon State coming off the loss to Washington State. It's rough, and then they got Utah. Utah's defense is something else. So my prediction, I'm going to take Utah to cover and win this one, and Oregon State drops two games.
Utah too.
All right, so last week I did take Washington State over Oregon State. I think Oregon State sucks as a ranked team. So, yeah, go Utah.
Yeah, we all got Utah there. Next up, we get into Saturday, 10 o'clock, Fox, the hometown Buffs, and USC. Colorado
Buffs
played,
got no chance.
awful against Oregon.
63-3.
Buffs defense is terrible.
It might be even worse than that. I think USC will completely dominate, and Colorado's going to fall to 3-2.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is the only Heisman. I mean, I don't care about Travis Hunter. He's injured.
Shedeur played awful.
Especially without Travis Hunter.
This Buffs team was just terrible. I think USC dominates.
They're good, but they're not on that level.
Then you got another terrible game on Big Ten Network, Penn State and Northwestern.
Now, see, I got a sleeper pick in this one. Give me Penn State.
Penn State just
crazy.
shut out Iowa 31-zip. This defense is great. Northwestern's terrible. Penn State by like 40.
I mean, you did say that Iowa was going to score a lot last week, so Northwestern's definitely not scoring.
Yeah, now Penn State will win like 40-zip. This game's awful. And then you got Florida. You already know my team against Kentucky on the road in Lexington. And, you know, I got to be honest, I don't got a good feeling with this one. We played pretty bad against Charlotte.
It's Kentucky ranked.
And no, they're just outside. They're like number 27. But Kentucky's undefeated, looking really good.
Give me the team that has Etienne as the running back. Give me the Florida Gators.
Me too.
By two, 21-19.
points.
I'm gonna take my team. Let's go, Florida. Yeah!
I think Florida's going to win too, but
Florida with the win.
I don't know about 2 points.
Then the
Let's get
1:30 slate, Auburn, Georgia. Let's be real, this one won't even be close.
Georgia did struggle against South Carolina, though, so I feel like it is real that, like, this game is within 25 points.
I feel like Auburn's offense played terrible against Texas A&M.
Nah, Auburn got no chance.
I feel like Georgia's defense is probably the best in the country. I think Georgia will take this one with ease.
Next
We got
up,
Nebraska, Michigan, and again, another game. Nebraska, Jeff Sims. They're terrible. This offense is very bad.
Jeff Sims
Michigan
cannot
has
hold
Blake Corum. He's probably best running back in the nation. J.J. McCarthy. They got Jim Harbaugh back. Michigan's going to win this by a mile.
all right, I'm just gonna shout out my friend Pierce Johnson for rooting for the best quarterback in college football. That's tough.
Rough, man. I got Michigan. Then you got a top 25 showdown in the Big 12. 1:30 ABC, Kansas. Number 24 at Texas, number 3. Texas looks freaking good right
Texas got this.
now. I mean,
I think this game will go to overtime.
I think
There ain't no way.
Kansas has an excellent quarterback. They've got Jalen Daniels. But Texas, man.
I say this game goes to overtime with Texas winning 45-38 in a thriller.
I mean,
I think this is game of the week.
Nah, I think Texas got this easy.
I feel like it's in Austin. Texas has Quinn Ewers. They got the momentum. They just dominated Baylor. Remember, they're all hype after their win over Bama. But I do think Kansas does pose a serious threat at keeping this close. But I still will take Texas to win this one by probably about like 10, like 35-25, probably somewhere around there. And then dud of a game, 2 o'clock, SEC Network, Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Vanderbilt is only good at baseball.
Vanderbilt's awful. A.J. Swan is terrible. He's already thrown 7 picks. Missouri's 23rd. This won't even be close. Missouri's going to win.
Yeah, maybe in the future of this channel, you'll hear me talking about the Vanderbilt on the baseball side of things, and they will probably be getting a lot of yeses, but in this sport, there's no way they get a yes from anybody in the top 25.
It's just, their football is complete dumpster fire. It's just demoralizing, losing to freaking UTEP, I think. And then here's one of the game of the day. Top 20 showdown, Ole Miss and LSU, 4 o'clock ESPN, weird kickoff time. LSU, big win, barely beat Arkansas. Ole Miss played honestly pretty bad against Alabama. I feel like this is an interesting game. In Baton, or no, is it in? It's in Oxford. It's in Ole Miss. You know,
Ole Miss,
I feel like I feel like LSU though has played really well after their loss to Florida State.
I think.
Give me the Tigers.
LSU got this.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of look at LSU when they lost to Florida State. It was kind of a wake-up call. I'm not high on Ole Miss. I haven't been high on them. I don't really like this team. I think LSU wins big and on the road. And then 4:30 Pac-12, another weird kickoff time. Stanford, Oregon, and again, Stanford's terrible. They're the worst team in probably Power 5. They're awful.
Yeah. See, at least Stanford doesn't have the audacity to go to Oregon and then start stomping on their field. So I think Oregon won't try as hard. 35-14.
Yeah, I think Oregon got this easy. They totally destroyed the Buffs. So yeah.
I mean, the whole city of Boulder is quiet.
Yeah.
I think they gave
Oregon
to
got
you.
the dub.
Dan Lanning is a menace, man. I mean, he called out Dion like weeks before that game. And I feel like Stanford is just going to get absolutely demolished. Bo Nix is honestly my sleeper for the Heisman. I think he's playing great. I think Stanford poses absolutely zero threat.
Even though there's no chance that he wins the Heisman.
Primetime window, Oklahoma and Iowa State. Let me get my opinion out. Iowa State is freaking terrible. And Oklahoma's playing really good.
See, if Iowa State had Brock Purdy, I would like them more. Because, I mean, that's the only reason I ever liked Iowa State. Kind of a weird school. Where are they even from?
It's
some
Ames, Iowa.
Yeah, some cornfield. I'm taking Oklahoma. They know how to play football.
Oklahoma got this.
I mean, yeah, Oklahoma's offense has taken a huge step up. This defense under Brent Venables is terrific. And, I mean, you look at this game, and it's like Oklahoma is going to go in, try to get to 5-0. They have that big showdown with Texas next week. I think Oklahoma is going to dominate before their first real challenge of the season. And then you got the game of the day. 5:30 ABC, Notre Dame at Duke. College game day will be here in Durham. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. Duke ranked 17th, Notre Dame ranked 11th. And I mean, Notre Dame fans are just in shock after that game against Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think that this game will be close almost the entire game. But I feel like it's going to be like that again, where it's going to be on Saturday night and the Irish are going to be a little bit ahead. Duke's going to be driving. And I feel like the Irish are going to be looking around the field, looking for answers, just like they did at the end of this Saturday.
So when you
on that 3rd and 19 play, just wide open down the seam, there was really should have won that game, and I don't think they'll win against Duke. Give me the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I think with Notre Dame, I think against Ohio State has like probably the best offense in the country, one of the best offenses in the nation, probably only behind Washington. I mean, but I feel like with Notre Dame, I still think they're lacking receivers. I think this offense is just not great. I think they're going to go to Durham. I like Marcus Freeman, and I think they won't drop 2 games in a row because they play USC next weekend. Give me the Irish in a close one to beat Duke, stun the crowd in Durham.
Yeah,
Irish lose 3 in a row.
Yeah, I disagree. I think Irish are off the motivation, and Duke has the momentum. I think Duke got it.
Yeah, I think Riley Leonard's a great quarterback, but I think Notre Dame will bounce back and get a big-time win. And then 5:30 SEC Network, South Carolina 2-2, Tennessee 3-1. Not too high on this Tennessee team this year.
So South Carolina, both losses have been to the best Georgia team, the best team in college football.
And then
North Carolina. Both games were definitely winnable. I mean, they were up by 10 or 11 against Georgia. I feel like South Carolina, if they had won against North Carolina right now, they would be looked at as like a big sleeper and kind of a Cinderella team. Give me South Carolina in this upset.
Yeah, I feel like you look at South Carolina, they played awful. This O-line is terrible. But they were up, I believe it was 14-3 on Georgia at the break. Yes, they lost. They had a dud offense. They just beat Mississippi State. They've got some momentum. I'm not high on Tennessee. I'm going to say I think Joe Milton will get benched in this game for Nico Iamaleava. give me South Carolina with the upset on the road.
Yeah, I agree. I think South Carolina got it too, coming in with a little momentum, and I don't think that Tennessee got it.
Balls suck.
Yep.
Baseball and football.
And then you got 7 o'clock ESPN, Bama, number 12, Mississippi State. Mississippi State's not good. They got a good quarterback, Will Rogers. Alabama, I think Milroe is probably going to be the starter the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't watched any Alabama football, even though they have been in a lot of good games. I think they crushed Mississippi State. I don't think there's really a chance in it.
I agree. Alabama got
Anything really happens in this
Easy.
game of interest, I would watch another game.
Because I said it last week, like, it's Alabama. This team is loaded with talent, and you got to trust Nick Saban, man.
I mean, Alabama did almost lose to Florida State, though. That's a tough look.
South Florida.
South
Florida.
See,
South Florida.
see,
Not
like,
Florida State.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
all right,
'cause
Florida
Buckner
State's
is
better.
awful.
Florida State's better. All right.
Tyler
Yeah.
Buckner is awful, dude. He's just absolutely horrendous. But I'm going to say Alabama will not lose another game until possibly Tennessee. That'll be interesting. But other than that, I think this Bama team will absolutely demolish.
Bama got it.
Mississippi State are almost as bad as the Steelers. Matt Canada, burn him.
Then 8 o'clock, Pac-12 Network, Washington, Arizona. Arizona's got a good quarterback. Jaden Delora is fascinating. Then they got that receiver, Jacob Cowing. But Washington is just on another level
Easy
right now.
pick.
Washington
Another
is
easy pick.
crazy.
Washington's offense is on
Washington's
another level.
offense.
I have Michael Penix for Heisman. I think this offensive team is just absolutely wild. I think Arizona stands absolutely no chance.
Yeah, I agree.
That's interesting over Caleb Williams.
And then last game of the day, what is Fresno State doing ranked right now? I mean, AP poll, what are you doing? Nevada's awful. They're 0-4. They're, like, terrible. But Fresno State ranked is interesting to me. I don't
Bro,
know. what your opinion on
unless
that
you
is.
live wherever Fresno State is, like, this game doesn't matter at all.
I don't think anybody cares about this game. I don't think a single person's going to tune in and
But
watch this.
Fresno's gonna.
Go Nevada. I'm not taking them, but go Nevada.
I think
Fresno's gonna get the dub.
there's going to be absolutely zero atmosphere here. I just feel like nobody's going to want to show up. But Fresno State's
Should
going
not
to
be
win.
ranked.
Nevada's horrible.
Probably just some 80-year-old woman with season tickets.
But they should not be ranked. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please give a nice shout out to Henry and Farter.
No.
And thanks for watching.